Hi, Catherine Larkin here with Century 21 Real Estate Champions. I am going to introduce you to a fabulous lady. Her name is Linda Burhans. She is the gal who cares for caregivers. You are not going to want to miss this, so please stay tuned. Hi, Catherine Larkin. I'm here with Linda Burhans. Linda, you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
I'm a caregiver advocate. Actually, I am the gal who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned because I have a whole bunch of all that stuff. You know that.
I do. I met Linda about 20 some odd years ago, would you say?
Yes.
I knew her when she was married. She did some catering for my mother. I believe I helped you and Tom buy a duplex.
A duplex.
So we had some real estate going. But one of the things I really love about Linda is, even before I believe you even got into this business, Linda has been a caregiver. And as you know, I deal with a lot of adult children, and some of them live out of state. They need to help their parents downsize. I've gone to many meetings where I'll sit down with someone who needs to sell a home, and I can see that maybe the wife is struggling. So I wanted to talk to you, Linda, today about what it is to be a caregiver, caregiver burnout, and you have a lot of great programs that you do. So I wanted you to talk to everybody about what it is that you offer those that are caregivers.
Well, I'm sure that you find out many times when you go into people's houses that they need other resources.
Yes, they do.
You know, many times I find that they don't even have documents in order because they didn't think this was not going to happen to me.
Correct.
And what's good with you, Catherine, is you have a large pool of resources. So do I. We're so blessed to be in this Tampa Bay area where we have people that really want to help each other. So the caregiver is in such a vulnerable situation. If they know that they can trust you, and if their children, who many times live out of state, because everybody came to Florida, the land of opportunity.
Oh yes, which is good.
Half of New York is here.
Right, they are, especially now. But what I find very interesting about you and your business is that there are so many companies out there that help to take care of the person in need. What about those who sometimes need more help? Because I've heard that the caregiver can end up sometimes dying before the person that needs the help.
65% of the caregivers over the age of 68 die before the person they're taking care of.
Look at the camera and say that again, please.
There was a study by the University of Pittsburgh. 65% of the caregivers over the age of 68 die before the person they're taking care of.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because this is the caregiver. Are you taking your medicine? I don't take any medicine. Did you eat? I don't eat. I take you to the doctor. I don't need to go to the doctor. I'm okay. I'm good. And I find with caregivers, I call it the AAA dilemma. Caregivers don't ask for help, they don't accept help, and they don't acknowledge themselves. And then when somebody comes and says, is there something I can do for you? The caregiver goes, no, I'm okay, which is always furthest from the truth.
Correct.
So I suggest to caregivers to take a little time and sit down and write a list of some things you can accept help with. There's lots of times when you ask them, they're in like this little tornado, what are you going to do for me? So you look on the list and you show it to your neighbor and they say, I'd love to mow your lawn. I've been asking you for 6 months.
Perfect.
Or could you pick up some groceries? But another thing, I was in a tough caregiving situation about 7 years ago. And I was waking up in the morning angry, frustrated, and that's not my personality.
Right.
But I was just so tense. So I said, you know what, I'm going to change it up a little bit. So I started getting up earlier than the people I had to care for. I would go out in the morning, take a walk. I live on a beautiful lake. I go out on the dock, I say my prayers, and then I take a picture of a duck or a bird or a sunrise or whatever.
She does.
And I post it to Facebook and say, good morning, Seminole. Well, that started my day out so beautiful because every day I find something beautiful in like less than 15 minutes.
True.
No matter where I am, even if it's Good Morning New York or whatever.
And you've been doing this for years.
7 years now.
We'll make sure to put the link on below so you can go to it. So if someone out there is listening to this and they're a caregiver and they need help, but they don't know what to do, can they reach out to you, Linda? And what do they do?
They can reach out to me. I'm willing to speak to anyone on the telephone. they can go to my website, lindaburhans.com. On my website, there are 4 years of radio shows,
True.
2 years of Tuesday tips, a weekly blog, and just a whole bunch of great information. There's a listing of support groups. So before we did support groups in person, but now with COVID we do them virtually, which is nice because now I have people in my support groups from all over the United States and Canada. And they don't have to worry about getting someone to take care of their loved one while they come to the group. They don't have to worry about driving there. They don't. So it's been really fabulous. And some journaling workshops, all that information you find on my website.
And that's fabulous because when I had to deal with this with my mother, I'm a realtor, I work full time, I have a husband, and I have a mom that I loved and wanted to be there for her. And she had the sundown syndrome. So my mom needed me most in the evening. Well, you know what? In the evening, a lot of buyers want to go look at houses when they're off work. What am I going to do? I had to step back and say, you know what? I need help. So I was able to reach out and find two beautiful women that were basically my mother's friends.
Yes.
That would come and sit with her, help her for dinner, take her for a walk, and that alleviated pressure from me.
Yes.
And let's face it, my mother enjoyed her friends very much.
Well,
sometimes more than me. It's like, you're here, where's
Nancy?
Yes.
But you know what it is, when you let people help you, then you get the opportunity to be her daughter.
Yes. True.
Not her caregiver. Because that's what your mom wants. Is that you want your daughter to be your daughter. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Linda, very much. I will make sure I put all of her information in the links below. So you can definitely get in touch with Linda. Listen to her podcast and Tuesdays. What's it called? Tuesday's Tip. TomKat Tuesday with Tom and I. And when you're finished with us, go to Linda for Tuesday's Tip or vice versa. It doesn't matter. Thank you very much. My name is Catherine Larkin, and go ahead.
Linda Burhans, Caregiver Advocate. Have a delicious day.
Delicious day. And please remember, Tom and I, we sell paradise in Pinellas.